Only if we believe. I believe I believe.
How do you
In a
believe
way.
you believe?
Well, well, it's a belief.
If you
He
believe,
thinks he believes.
I believe I
so you
believe.
think that you
That's
think
all the.
that is true.
Yeah, because all we can ever do is really think.
Nah, false.
Ooh.
Well, that's what you think. Got you there.
You think
No.
that he doesn't think that he thinks that
He
we'll
doesn't.
I
believe it.
think. Well, you don't.
You think that.
You think that, but
I
I
know
think
that.
I think
that.
you don't know that, and
Yeah, you
you know
think you
you
don't.
think that. Yeah, and you know you think.
No, I don't.
Okay, this
So you
bit has
don't
gone on too
think.
far. No, this
No.
bit has gone too far. We need to move
There's
on.
no bit. This is real life.
It's real.
This is real.
This is.
Buckle up, Buttercup. This is real.
Have you guys seen the Quicksilver scene from the X-Men? It's a really old scene.
Yeah, the one where he's like super fast and like he like licks
Yeah.
some nacho sauce out the sky and and puts someone's fucking hand in their nose and then their ear and then into their mouth and then he runs even more and he starts listening to some music. Okay, sorry. I'm just fucking reciting the entire scene. Okay.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah, no, I
not
know
the
that one.
coolest scene of all time?
Yeah, it was so cool. Every single speedster scene would copy it for the next 15 years.
But honestly, they knew what they were doing because that shit was the GOAT.
Yeah, dude, that stuff was so good.
Quicksilver is literally like you could make a whole movie about just that and it would be fine.
Yeah. I mean, you think they would successfully do it with the Flash, but they just don't.
Yeah, why don't they do that with the Flash?
I don't know. They just constantly do like this weird like blur super like I get having him be like a blur sometimes like so he's so fast he's like electric's coming off him you can barely see him he's like a streak of light but like they only ever do that with him and it's just like all of his like scenes just look like a fucking blurry fucking mess with lightning going all over the place and like
True.
it's just bad. It's just bad.
Okay, are any of you joining the Parsec ever?
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
I didn't get the go ahead. I didn't get the go ahead, so
Yeah, I didn't
like
either. I was waiting.
Yeah, I was waiting because I didn't know if you had like setup to do or like
I'm always ready.
Sorry.
Well, dude, you gave me like 3 to 5 business days to prepare, so.
Sorry about that.
We
I
had to
think-
get in some Itachi, Eddie Rath.
Yeah,
True. Did Eddie Rath create anything else other than the Itachi rap?
he created so much.
He has so many songs.
I think he has hundreds of songs under his belt.
What other? Is it all? I bet you he did Bleach.
Maybe
He does a lot of
lot of
animes,
them are
but he mostly does
Naruto
Naruto.
and, like,
Yeah.
My Hero, I think.
He does My
Yeah.
Hero.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Like his new stuff, which I don't like as much as his old
Yeah,
stuff.
his new stuff
right?
sucks.
It
Well, it
sucks
went from
because
being-
he actually has bars.
Well, I think it went from being funny bad to just being bad.
Well,
It-
it's not
well,
funny. It's funny good, and then it went to just bad.
I don't know. If
his new. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. His new stuff has decent beats and nice bars. It's just
But it's
I'm
not
not
the same.
listening to anime rap. Is the thing. like
I'm listening
like,
to
funny anime. Yeah, yeah. It was like anime rap is like good when I can laugh at it, and it's like it's like ooh, like this
it's
is
like Story of Undertale. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in your head.
But then when you start actually putting together coherent music with anime lyrics, it's like, I don't know if I can vibe to this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
like-
worried of what other people think about you.
Well, no, it's not my taste.
Dude, if they had Madara by Eddie Rath on Spotify, that would be my #1 song every year.
That
But
can't be
he
real.
has multiple, like, My Hero songs, and they're just not, they're not my taste. So I don't listen to them on Spotify.
Man, dude.
Okay, are you guys big My Hero fans? How far did you guys
No.
get in the series?
I got to
finished
like
the first
when.
season.
Honestly, that's a good spot to stop.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine stopping there.
Yeah. The story definitely like slowly like loses in quality. I got all the way to the UA festival arc where like Deku's stopping like Gentle Criminal,
Dude,
which
that's
is
where I stopped
kind of
too.
yeah. I
It
think
must have
Gentle
been
Criminal
bad.
had a like he had a cool quirk, but I also didn't know why any of that shit was happening. They was like
True.
padding out the story. Like I was like, dude, this is kind of an interesting fight, but at the same time, like the writer really was just like, I have this cool idea, but like, yeah, how am I gonna fit this character into the story?
Dude, I straight up believe that like My Hero got popular and they were like, all right, fuck the pacing of the show. We're gonna fucking like send all of it down the drain, so that way we can just purely fucking milk out as much content as possible.
Yeah. Little do you know, you don't have to believe anything. That is actually just confirmed to have happened.
Wait, really?
Yeah. My Hero was supposed to end like 2 years ago, but like he got in like a contract with Shonen Jump where he had to write the movies. He was in a contract for 6 My Hero movies, 2 My Hero manga spin-offs, and then he was requested to extend the manga by like 50 chapters. So
Now it's ending like next week.
yeah, it's
Instead
ending
of 4
now.
years ago.
With the manga
Yeah.
or the anime?
The manga.
The manga. It's finally ending.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't like the sim looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
If you like cut out like 50% of My Hero's like slow pacing moments that weren't ever even supposed to be there, it'd probably be like a pretty decent story. But
Well, it
like
was cool
they
at the
just
beginning.
yeah, when it had like fucking like it had like an idea and stuck to it.
True.
That's all there is to say.
Yeah, that's
True.
all
I mean,
there is to
honestly,
say.
it was.
But what am I
it was kinda
talking-
fucked up.
Yeah. But honestly, at the end of the day, you don't even need a story to have a successful anime because Demon Slayer exists.
I'm so glad. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm glad that you're on the Demon Slayer hate wave now.
Well, no, I still like tune into the show, and I still think it's like a good show. But that's because it's a spectacle to watch. It just virtually has like it's like, oh boy, we're gonna go on a mission. Fuck, there's demons here. Okay, we're fighting the demons. We beat the demons, but barely. Next arc. Oh boy, like okay, this is how the show had a story to begin with, but then the writer was like, fuck, writing a story is hard. Fuck all these subplots. Here's the plot from now on. Every arc is gonna be Tanjiro goes somewhere, moons appear, Hashiras are assigned to Tanjiro, Hashiras come, die, demons are beaten, repeat until the final arc.
Kinda
I hopped
true.
on the JoJo Part 3 wave.
Dude.
Which one was part 3? Stardust Crusaders?
Jotaro, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, part 3, even though I will
so
say
long, and every episode is exactly what you just described.
yeah, I will
We're going
say
to Egypt. Oh, a stand user's here. We gotta beat him. Oh, we made
Okay.
it out. Mostly. Maybe one of us died. But it's okay. We're
Even-
gonna go on. And it's like that for every episode.
yeah, even though part 3 was the hardest part for me to get through. I remember James told me to watch JoJo's like eons ago, honestly, right? And
Did
I
remember I
went
told you to do that, and I don't think I even finished it myself yet.
yeah. Well, because like I think you'd only watched part 1 and 2, right? And so
Yeah, hell I did.
yeah, and so I got to part 3, right? And I just couldn't get through it, right? But I was like, oh, James recommended this show, so I'm gonna keep trying and trying. And I really didn't hop on the part 3 wave until like halfway through, right? Like I'm gonna be honest, it's one of the hardest parts to get through for me personally. But I think it's more excusable than Demon Slayer because like Demon Slayer tried to have a story and then just stopped. Like Stardust Crusader has a simple story, and it's supposed to be like a stand user of the week sort of deal. And the only thing that kept me going is like the stands got a little more complicated each episode, and I was like, okay, I'm really wondering what they pull out next, right?
Yeah.
And like the Dobby brothers, those really kept me going. Like whenever I hit one of them, and I'm like, okay, like this is kind of goated.
Who the fuck are the Dobby brothers?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Darby, Darby. Well, okay, dude, listen.
At first, I thought you were talking about Oingo and Boingo, and I was like,
I thought you were talking about those guys.
Like, okay, sorry, it's been years since I've seen the show. I can barely remember anyone's names. If you ask me,
Goblin from Harry Potter Brothers. Ooh.
yeah, like if you were asked me the names of any character from JoJo's that aren't like super main cast, I'd just blank out. Like
True.
they were just people they killed along the way in my head.
Yeah.
I'm sure you care about some of them.
Yeah, but they have to have like a very significant part of the story.
Well,
like
to remember
Metallica.
their name is like.
Well, to remember their name, like, because here's the thing: if they had a very important part and I actually cared about them, then the only thing I remember is their stand name. They had to be truly like something different for me to remember their actual name.
Yeah, I only remember like Oingo Boingo.
Yeah, like right.
Some of the I don't even remember the name of like the people in or like the group of people in part 5. Like
yeah, Bruno.
No.
Bucciarati.
You remember Passione?
That's the same person.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
That's just his last name. No, like Mello or Melanie, Melon.
Dude, Mello is in fucking Death Note.
Yeah, hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. Trish?
No, the group of people, like.
You mean their agency, like the game, like their.
Oh, you mean the people that go against
the evil people?
Passion?
The evil people.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do
them.
they even have? I think it's the same thing.
They
They're
were
all
the
part of
same group.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? I don't know what the group was called.
It's called Passione.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
see, I didn't
okay.
remember. It wasn't important to me.
Well, the divisions of Passion were named something different, so that group did have another name.
What? I only remember like.
Oh yeah, they had different
Melon,
like things.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Melon?
He's the guy with the purple hair who turned everyone into cubes.
Oh yeah.
What?
And was like on his little laptop all the time.
Yeah, he had like made like the weird non-consent.
Oh yeah,
lap.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That
there
guy
was
dies like immediately.
Well, yeah, because like
Yeah.
whenever the more heinous a crime you commit in JoJo, the worse and quicker death that Araki gives you.
True. There was that one like ice guy. He was cool. I forgot his name. I only remember his stand name.
What is his stand name?
White Album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're all Italian food names. I know
Yeah.
that. And then of course.
How many of the main
Big.
character? How many of the main cast can you get in part 5?
All of them.
You sure?
Well, like the protagonists.
What about the dude with the plane?
That's Narancia.
Fuck. I thought I would get you.
Dude.
Bakio.
I actually like all of them. I have a poster on my wall.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cheating.
We gambled.
Man.
The wrong gamble.
Yeah. I think
Actually,
it's weird. I think like
Never
the
mind,
more
yeah.
recent the
I don't know
JoJo
what
part,
it is.
the less I can remember about it. Like
true.
if you asked me what happened in part 8, I genuinely would tell you the most like there was a baby
4
and
balls,
he ate,
1 man.
Yeah, the 4 balls, 1 man, split oranges, amnesia, killer queen, old man you don't want to follow, rock people, tiny baby the size of a finger is born on a tree stump, He was raised by wasps and then
Sounds
eats
like you
all
got
the
the story
wasps.
pretty good.
Like yeah,
Down with
Oh,
me.
spoilers.
sorry.
I don't know. I've only read like the first 3 chapters of part 8.
That's like
Forever ago. Whoa, you can flirt with Michael Jackson?
oh,
Is that Michael Jackson?
This is Michael Jackson.
Okay.
bro stood inside of the bed for a little bit, testing it out.
Look, let me cook.
Can you
Sorry
use
about
that like sim in the corner as like a you know how people do PNG tubers
Oh
stuff?
yeah, use it as like my
Oh
reaction
my-
image.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that in the bottom of every stream you do and
Yeah, like
sync it up so that when you talk, his mouth opens.
Yeah, the whole menu. The entire
yeah,
thing.
the whole UI.
Whenever I'm about to like, I like keep it updated. So like whenever I like slowly need to start peeing, my bladder meter will go down. I'll be like, hold on guys, I gotta go to the bathroom.
And then,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and then your mod is on, like increasing it. Like
yeah. You have someone in Parsec for you.
or no, you have a bot set up to where people can redeem like potty break, and the more of those they redeem, the lower it gets. Well,
This is getting kind of weird.
okay.
If you stay
Right?
in the stream long enough, you get points, and when you use those points, you can redeem potty break.
Yeah. Well, no, you can like okay. Like every single time someone redeems like water or something, right? The pot, like the piss meter goes down, and when it hits,
Potty meter.
yeah, the potty meter goes down, and then when you hit low levels, the streamer, even if they don't have to go to the bathroom, has to get up and try to go to the bathroom and come back to stream. Or like there's like a dirt thing you can redeem with points, where you can throw dirt at the screen.
What?
Right? And then if it gets low enough, the streamer has to go and take a shower and then come back.
What the fuck?
Twitch streamers would eat this up, okay? No, you don't understand. You are saying like what the fuck?
Actually, yeah, no, you're
But you
right,
know for
though.
a fact
You're right.
Twitch streamers would be like, oh,
Germa
wouldn't it be
did
so
it.
yeah.
Germa did it, but like real.
Yeah, like wouldn't it be so funny if like we all threw dirt at him constantly, so he kept having to take a shower and then coming back each time? Like, bro, I'm telling you.
True.
Like they like watching people sleep in 24-hour streams. Like,
True. They're like,
They
guys, don't wake him up. Don't wake him up.
don't wake him up. He's silent. He's peaceful.
He's quiet. He's sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think people should? Do you think like people who watch like a shitload of like Twitch streamers, do you think they're like kind of crazy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You have
it's
to be on
crazy how
some
people can do
level.
that.
Of,
But like if you're a Twitch streamer, right? Your whole thing, like your whole fan base, is like people who are like pretty much crazy, and just spend all their
Yeah.
time watching someone else do shit.
yeah, like I think my
mean,
time on Twitch.
Where are you streaming this?
For fun.
No, where?
Where am I doing this? In my house.
Okay, AJ, I get your point, but also everyone we've ever interacted with on stream who has been a viewer has been kind of insane.
They've all been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my point. That was my point.
Well, back when I first started, I was like, maybe I can cultivate a cool like fan base of people who like will play games with
get-
me. And then they're
Like a couple people per, and they're all crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or
I
like,
know exactly
like
what they're like.
chronic Twitch watchers.
I know exactly what they're like. They're like a random smiling friends like alternate character, right? Like you'll get one person in there and they're like, "Oh my god, like this just happened with me. Oh my god, like I just had this like random thing happen." I'm like, "What the fuck do you want from me? Do you want me to like
Pim.
console you?"
I think we
Yeah.
gotta make this guy smile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like, no, don't feel,
yeah, no.
don't feel bad, man. Don't feel bad. And,
yeah, we
like,
had
other
someone
people
come to
in.
call and it's like, they're like, no guys, don't stop streaming. I'm too sad for you to stop streaming. Like things have been going horribly. Or like, yeah, like we had someone who was borderline like trauma dumping on us in fucking chat. And,
What?
like, yeah, someone was like being tweaking out in chat, and James is like, like,
I think we gotta
like-
stop the streaming, bro.
well, no, like he was just like that's rough. I'd go check that out, man. And then he ignored chat for the rest of the day. And I was like,
That's
and then I asked him
crazy.
after stream, why did he ignore chat? And he was like, it's just better not to interact with those people.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah.
Well, then you'll get like the people who come in and are just like, "Oh, you're doing that wrong. Change it." No, this is actually what
my
happens.
God.
And like, I'll be like, I wonder what's gonna happen at this part of the game. And they're like, this is what happens. This is what's gonna happen. You need this, dude. You go back. You missed something. That's gonna be important.
Dude,
Or you have
the
the
Wizard
people.
101 people who are like, let me carry you through every single part of the game.
Yeah, let me
for
come
some
in.
reason.
Yeah, let me come in, please. Let me come in.
Let's
There's
do
a guy-
waterworks. Waterworks.
There's a guy who came in and he was like, "You want to try to buy an account? I got a 143 level Storm Wizard if you want to buy this account." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." And he's like, "You sure?" I'm not even playing it no more, man. I don't even need
crazy. That's
I'm like,
actually
nah.
insane.
it. I'm good, dude.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, like, one thing that gets me is when the type of viewer who comes in only for the very hyper-specific series we are playing, right? And so when we switch off of it, they're like, for example, we're playing Silent Hill, and he's like, I cannot wait for you to get Silent Hill 2 and 3 and 4 and 5,
no.
right?
Okay, that guy's name was literally like Silent Hill Fan 2007 or something.
Yeah,
That's
and
me
then
with Splatoon.
when we beat, and he didn't say anything about our gameplay being weird, by the way.
He was just
He-
like in it for fun.
Well,
Because I
You're
don't
just
think this
watching.
motherfucker cared.
well, no. Here's the thing: our ROM was buggy, right? The game was supposed to be running like that, but he didn't say anything. He just
He just
accepted
enjoyed watching you play it.
it. Yeah, and then
Dude, that's-
after we stopped streaming it, he came into our stream. He was like, "No Silent Hill 2?" We're like, "Oh no, not today." And then he was like, and then the next day he came and he was like, "So like, when are you gonna play Silent Hill 2?" And then you're like, oh, I don't know, probably not for a while. And then we switched up, and then I remember he went away for a while. We switched to Devil May Cry, and he's like, oh, one game later, and you're still not playing Silent Hill 2.
Dude, I
and
fucking hate
James is
those
like,
people.
we're not going to be playing Silent Hill 2, dude. And like
Dude, that's kind of real. That's how I,
love doing that.
that's how I am. Like, I don't actually do that, but like in spirit, that's me with Game Grumps. I'm like,
yeah.
I saw a single clip of them playing Splatoon, and I was like,
Oh
oh
my
my god, they have to play the story for Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 and all the expansions. Oh my god. And they never touched it after playing it once, but
Oh my god.
my dream is to see them play the story mode and to see Aaron suck butt at it. That'd be awesome.
Dude,
It's crazy.
that is the #1 type of viewer, because the only way that people find my stream is through looking, like, specifically searching for the game category.
Oh
And
yeah.
then- and so it's
always
only
that
the
game
hyperfans.
Superfan 69.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
of course, like, it gets very common whenever it's like less popular games, because if it's like a super popular game, those motherfuckers are just in other people's chats and they don't care, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like The Sims Castaway, I mean, there's not really much of an option. There's like 0 people streaming this game other than me, right?
Yeah.
So I swear to God, they're following the category on Twitch. So whenever someone goes
Yeah.
live, it's like, boom, someone just went live in the Silent Hill category, and they're like, oh boy, time to jump in at
Yeah.
fucking 3 in the morning.
My
And see what
special
these people are doing.
interest. Someone's
Yeah.
playing my special interest niche game.
It was crazy. There was a period of time after we beat Fear and Hunger that James needed me to stream for him. And because like Fear and Hunger wasn't as big as it is now, like it's still pretty like not that big, but like it was like borderline. Like I couldn't
Like,
find videos on it on
pretty niche.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I couldn't
all
find
in
gifs of
Russian.
it on Tenor.
It was
Yeah,
all
like,
in
yeah.
Russian.
That's how
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, everything
know it's
on
niche.
the game was only Russian while we were playing it. Like it hadn't hit like the US yet. And so James kept getting Russian people in his chat saying things he couldn't understand. And
Oh,
then
no.
the reason I bring this up is because after I took over stream for him, I started playing Zelda 1, 2, and 3, right? But the Russian people kept coming back to chat and saying shit I couldn't understand. And I was like, but they came back every single day, and I was like,
They were
thank you guys.
dedicated.
I was like, thank you guys for watching me play Zelda, but like, I'm assuming you're here for Fear and Hunger, and that's not gonna come back until afterwards. Like,
I was gone for like a month too.
yeah, yeah.
Well, dude, it's crazy. Sometimes I get like I remember one time, like probably years ago now, I got like a comment on my YouTube channel, and like completely Russian. I've never streamed. I've never said anything in Russian. I've never done like a Russian joke or anything. I've never I've never played a Russian game or anything. And it was like, I had to translate it, and it was like, "Is there going to be a release at the end of this year?" Question mark. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you watch me? How do you do this, and how do you expect me to respond in Russian?
Oh,
Dude,
I wonder. They watched me play
insane.
all throughout Zelda, and I'm like, what are they getting out of this? They don't know what I'm saying. All they hear is noises and me fucking dying over and over again in Zelda 1.
they might understand like a swear word every
yeah,
couple
yeah.
sentences.
Yeah, I was swearing quite a bit when I was
Dude,
playing.
I remember.
Dude, I was so fucking pressed while playing Zelda 1 and 2. Those games had me going crazy.
I
Dude, maybe
remember.
they like it.
I remember posting a video on TikTok when the whole like submarine Titanic thing was happening.
Yeah.
And I woke up to like 300,000 likes.
Yeah.
So many comments were in French, and I was really confused because I barely know any French. I don't know why French people were commenting on my video, and I don't know why my video is like just
What is
popular
the
amongst.
mewing?
He's mewing. He's jaw.
Okay, yeah.
jaw
He's jaw
string.
turning.
Working out, yeah. Sorry, continue your story.
There were just so many French people in my comments. There were some Russian people and like Spanish speaking people, and I was just so like why are they commenting on this?
Yeah, maybe
this is-
our audiences are secretly not even from our native country. We need to capitalize on the random Russian
We gotta
viewers.
learn.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that is kind of what
Yeah, we-
happens
no.
with like I know with like other VTubers and stuff. They have like, no matter what they are, if they're like Russian VTubers, Japanese, Korean, there's always an English like viewer base, and they'll do like English learning streams, and those are like the largest streams that they ever have. Maybe everybody
Yeah.
secretly
Oh,
has
yeah.
like alternate fucking like language
Powers?
viewer base.
Yeah. Yeah, like something about us just attracts Russian and French people, so we have to do learning French while playing a French video game. Like,
Dude, we could do that right now with Off. The game was originally in French.
It just turned into French. We're just like, I don't know what this guy's saying, but
I could probably make out like 3 words in each sentence, if even that.
Oh my god.
I think we could figure it out.
Probably,
We'd
but
have
the
to like
lore
do like
would
a
be a
Duolingo
little.
course.
Yeah.
I could explain the lore like as it happens. I've played that game too many times.
Oh
But,
my
like,
god.
If it were a game like we've never played before, I don't know any French games.
Man.
Oh,
When are we gonna
Or
play
Russian
Sonic
games.
Leapfrog on stream?
Sonic Leapfrog.
Is that like on the Leapfrog thing?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they have Leapfrog emulators.
Dude, I had a
Interesting.
Leapfrog.
I had one too.
It
That's
was
why
like-
I played.
I'm lucky.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
played
have the
what?
Leapfrog. I had. Oh my god. I don't even know what it was called. I just played a Blue's Clues game on it all the time. It was
I
like
think I had the
the
same thing.
V Happy thing, or I don't know. What
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
There's like a little orange and purple thing, and like you put a little NES cartridge into it.
Yeah.
I remember
And its
fighting
little
with my sister.
Controller was a pop pad.
I remember fighting with my sister over using the fucking Leapfrog.
That shit was like bare
That's
bones.
crazy.
That's like I was 4 when I was fucking beating for the Leapfrog. Like,
Dude, I remember wanting a leapfrog so bad. And then also that like kids tablet. I don't know what that tablet was called, but I remember the commercial for it. It's like, brush my teeth, time to get dressed, eat my cereal. Good morning, Redbird.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, dude. Okay, crazy, right? So I had a leapfrog, right? But because my brother was slightly older than me, leapfrog had another like device under a different name that was for teenagers, right? And so they made more like teenager focused games, like platformers and stuff. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, the games they made for it were genuinely, I think, of quality. Like they could have come out on a DS, right? Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, they're still licensed games, but like, you know, there are more real games than Leapfrog, right? And so I had the Leapfrog, and I was playing Sonic X Leapfrog, and like, I had collected all the Chaos Emeralds and found out I couldn't go Supersonic and fucking went ballistic and got disillusioned with the Leapfrog. And then I saw my brother playing like, you know that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob gets kidnapped by the Kung Fu Island?
Yeah.
Right? And Sandy has to go save him? They made an entire game based off of that. It was a side-scrolling platformer beat-em-up, right? Where you play as Sandy. And the pixel art was genuinely actually really good, right? And then, like, each, like, stage was, like, one of the bosses from the floors. And I remember seeing my brother play that, and he had, like, a Danny Phantom game, Nicktoons games, up, like, no, I'm tired of my Leapfrog. I want what he has. Like, and I was just so envious of him the entire time. Like,
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I'd be pretty envious.
yeah. And then I remember he got a DS, and I was given that. And then I was like, no, I want the DS. I don't want this device. Like, I want what he has.
The little brother classic.
Yeah, I remember it got so bad to the point I was given. I didn't originally have a DS when I got Pokemon Black. My brother would let me use his DS when he was sleeping, so I could play through Pokemon Black, like my copy, while like he wasn't playing, and like it was crazy. Eventually, I did get my own DS though.
I remember you telling me there was one game where like neither was it Fire Emblem? Like neither of you ended up finishing the game because you would play your brother's copy and like erase his data to get with a certain character, but then he would find it and erase that save file
okay,
that
so
you
what
could get that
happened?
character because you both like the same character.
No. Okay, here's what happened. Here's what happened. So basically, right. I was playing Fire Emblem Awakening, right, on my DS when he had lent it to me, right? And so I would progress through the game, right? And then eventually, right, I used to play, there's this character I really liked, right? But the thing is, you could only get them if you played the female MC. So I played the female MC, right? And I'd get with that character, right? And so the thing is, I'd just be playing, and my brother would like then delete my data, right? And he'd keep doing it. I'm like, why do you keep deleting my data, dude? Right? He's like, well, you're playing the female MC. You can't play the female MC because you're a boy, right? And I was like, that's stupid. That's stupid, right? So I'm gonna keep doing it because whatever, right? And so the thing is, eventually, right, I got tired, right? And I played, you know, the game through like the male MC, right? But then years later, I remember, and I didn't ever beat the game because by that point I was really tired of going through the same portions over and over again. But my brother admitted to me that the reason he kept deleting my save data, right, was because he also liked that character, but like he wasn't, because he didn't want to play a female MC, right? Because he wasn't willing to. He couldn't get with the character, and he was mad that I was getting with the character.
That's crazy.
Like,
this is a good story of learning that when a lot of people are angry and they lash out. Most of the time, it is a problem with themselves rather than a problem with you.
True.
Yeah.
That is fucking wild, though.
Yeah.
I remember when Splatoon 2 came out, I was like, I started playing. I always used to have like the girl character on everything. And then when the DLC for Splatoon 2 came out, I started playing as the boy character. And I remember my dad being like, "Why are you playing as the boy?" And I was just like, "Oh, and I got so scared.
Dude, I had it. See, when I was younger, like I usually had like like I still have this habit, but it's like I usually just choose the first character they present to me, right? Like if they let me change Link's name, I'm not changing his name, right?
Oh yeah.
If the character creator comes up and it starts on the chick or the dude, I choose whoever is presented to me first, right? So like, you know, and like if I'm playing a game as the one they present me first, but then there's context clues in the game that imply the other one is the actual canon one,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
I would delete hours of saved data because I'm like, no, I'm playing the incorrect character. I need to go back, right? And so like, I would be playing sometimes, right? Like a female character, like in like one of my friends would be like, you can't play the female character. I'm like, the female character is the correct character, and like you don't know, like that's not true. I'm like, it is true. In Assassin's Creed, blah blah blah, whatever. It's actually canon that this is the right character because fucking she has a child with this person, and that couldn't have happened if she was a boy. So, and he was like, "What? No, no, he's a dude." And I'm like, "No, the canon version of the Black Flag character is a girl." And bro was not vibing with that.
I bet not. You just invalidated his whole character.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude.
I'm all ears.
I remember
It is how it is.
when Splatoon 3 came out. I'm a fiend for Splatoon. Sorry.
I couldn't tell, actually.
No? No idea?
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell. A little vague.
When Splatoon 3 came out, I forgot that in Splatoon 2, I had chosen the male character as my playable character.
Yeah.
Or rather, I had... So, in the first game, the playable character is like an important part of the story. And then in 2, the playable character comes back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want them to be boy, because that'd be cool. But then I became like how you're describing, where I'm like, if it's like implied canon,
yeah,
that character is a certain way, that I'm gonna make them that way, because like that it just makes sense in my head. So, but the data from 2 carried over to 3, so when that character appeared again, they weren't how they were implied to be in canon, and I was so upset I had to restart. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not doing this with the wrong character. Yeah. I need it to be the canon one, because that's just so much cooler.
Right? Like, I don't know. I'm a stickler. I'm a stickler for that. I'm like
I don't like, I know the character that it is, since it's the playable character in the first game. Yeah. It's supposed to be that you just make it how you made the character before, or how you think that character would be. But I was like, no, in all of the official art, the character looks like this, so I need them to look like that.
Yeah, dude, I was like that for like, cause like when dude, this is gonna sound crazy, but when I saw that Sonic Forces had like the customization thing for that one character, I was like, and they're like, everyone default called the character like flipping like CC, right? Like custom character. They're like, do you think CC will ever return in another Sonic game? Right? And everyone was like, oh, he probably won't because he's customizable. How are they gonna tell how you customized him? And in my head, I just thought, one, I want nothing for Sonic Forces to ever come back. Forget that game ever existed. But also, two, stop calling him CC. He has a real fucking name, right? It's stupid. It's Axel, but it's his fucking name. And also, if he ever returns, he's going to look like he does in the trailer. That's his canon appearance. Y'all's OCs are not real.
Dude, that's how I feel with all the Persona main characters too. Because they have like, everyone argues about what their name is, and they're like with Persona 5, they're like, oh no, his name is Ren. No, it's Akira.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro.
I thought it was Joker.
Well, that yes, that's his like.
But also no.
Undercover name. Because they all have like otherworld names, like code names. So that
Did I get spoiled for all of Persona 5 because Joker is in Smash?
You got spoiled for the first hour, not even hour of the game.
No, actually, yeah, you did get spoiled for the first 3 hours of the game because
3 hours.
Dude, that tutorial is infinite.
Dude, in the tutorial, I'm pretty sure you know that that's Joker.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think before the game even starts, you know.
Yeah. I think if you've ever, I think they call him Joker in like
the opening scene.
Not even in like the game description.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I keep forgetting that Persona 6 is actually like a thing that's real.
Wait,
oh
what?
Yeah, it's
Persona
in development.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
before
they have
trailers?
like no, they have like a logo that's like,
is it just
it's not an
P6?
official logo, it's like a placeholder. Yeah.
Yeah.
P6 and it's in black and green.
Before the white man pretending to be a cute Japanese woman got sniped off the base of the planet, he had dug up like multiple things for Persona 6.
How does this motherfucker know so much?
He knew everything apparently for no fucking
because
reason.
People were just in contact with him and would like people who worked with these companies would just tell it to him.
Yeah.
Strange.
And all of it was real.
Yeah, he had a 100% track record.
Yeah.
God damn.
Bro was never wrong once.
He never missed.
All of his information was legit.
Yeah, even now his information is still being proven true.
Yeah.
That's actually fucking insane.
The only information not true was that he was a Japanese girl.
Yeah, he lied about one thing, and it's not what you'd think it would be. It's crazy because, like, we had another, like, leaker like that named Fioro, but he slipped up hard. He slipped up hard, got public executed by Nintendo.
Yeah. He was like, I got my information from here. And then bro went private, deleted his Twitter. And bro was wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, people asked him a question, he answered it, and they like implied where he was getting his leaks from. And I'm like, why would you? People be getting like, that is crazy. He ruined whoever was giving him those leaks life by being goofy. Like,
wait, did you say he was like just this guy?
Well, he said, like, I think he named a location, right? And so basically it narrowed down the possibilities of who it was so much that I assume Nintendo just fucking scoped them out.
And then everyone was on this guy's back. And bro was like, I'm sorry. And he deleted everything.
Yeah.
He's gone forever. He's gonna come back as like a Japanese girl who can speak English very well.
Fencing is going on right now in the Olympics.
No.
Dude, I saw Japan won the like individual fencing or whatever it's called.
Yeah, bros are spamming aerials.
Well, this is crazy to watch. Okay, to be fair, did they fix the they fix the water thing for the Paris Olympics? Because I saw swimming was going on. Oh, they didn't? They just went to a different place?
I think so. I know they didn't fix that river.
What if they did?
They could not have. That was like a week before the Olympics started, and that river hadn't been cleaned since like.
Dude, they have
the
breakdancing at the
1900s.
Olympics.
Really?
Yeah. For the first time, breakdancing is at the Olympics as a sport. Okay, I've been meaning to ask this. Do we have like a game plan? Like, do we have any like goal here in The Sims Castaway?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've just been mindlessly watching.
So, we need body level 9. And the only way to get body level 9 is to endlessly harvest materials. But not fruit or vegetables, because that raises a different stat. Only very specific materials, but those materials also very slowly raise up this little meter. And so eventually I will be able to be good. Here, you can look at the meter up close. It's almost filled.
Oh wow.
The exact for what 46 minutes I've been trying to fill this meter up by killing endless amounts of fucking vines and shit. We can also fish, I think. Maybe fishing is the play.
Yeah. That probably would be the play.
I mean, one would like to imagine. We have to imagine Sisyphus happy.
Sisyphus happy.
Do you think if you lived on an island like this and you came back to civilization, do you think you'd be fine afterwards?
I think it'd be like when you come home from prison.
True.
Yeah.
Like you can't interact with society very well, and you have no like grounding.
Well, yeah, there's two facets of it. It's the fact that you have no groundings in society anymore, and really no place in society anymore after being gone that long, right? But also, it's the fact that like you'd probably be really disillusioned with society and with the island that you were stranded on at the same time. Like, if you did manage to start like integrating yourself back into society, you'd start thinking like, man, if like fuck all the things I had to used to deal with when I was here, like fuck it, like, because you'd think like on the island, yeah, sure, it sucked and I had to survive. At the same time, like I had full anonymity and like fucking free roaming will. And then you like go back to society and it's like, okay, I don't have to survive and there's a lot of comfort, but like I have to deal with all this bullshit again. So
There's a very key answer to the question.
Well, some people just purposely go back to prison because they're just like, it's easier. It's an easier way of life. Some people genuinely do. Like, I'm telling you, some people find their fucking tickets back in there because they're like, you know what?
Do, but like, it's because like they're used to it, not because like they think it's an easier life. Well,
Dude,
I think
they
think it's an easier life because they're used to it.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Well, exactly.
You're just repeating what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they think it. You're saying that the reason why they want to go back in is because they know it's easier and they don't have to deal with all the other bullshit. But
okay, but they know it's easier because they
been.
believe it to be so. It doesn't really matter why. It's the fact that
it does matter why. It's like
well,
if I'm sick, right? If I got AIDS because I had intercourse with 2 billion people, versus if I have AIDS because I was born by somebody who has AIDS, I think it's very different.
I don't know. I don't see the relation. I don't get it.
Okay, we might have gone a little too crazy with that hypothetical, but
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I figured if I just like stopped talking and if I was really confident that it would make sense.
Then we'd be like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, okay, the point kind of still stands, but it wasn't the best one.
Vaguely, like in a very like
I really don't know
way.
what you mean. wholeheartedly, I don't know the point.
Well, Key, what's your point? What's your
He
point
gets
about
it.
the fucking?
I just said
Prison.
that some people choose to go back to prison
True.
because they believe it's the easiest, like the easier way of life.
Yeah. Okay, but
And
that's.
I didn't say
on.
anything about the reasons to why they'd want to go back, and that's besides the point. My point still stands. What you're saying does not contradict what I'm saying. What I'm saying does not contradict. What
Okay, but yours isn't telling the whole point of view, right? Let's say.
Okay,
let's
and you
say-
completed it.
Let me give you.
Congratulations, you worked together to complete perspective.
Let me.
Team James Key. High five.
What's happening?
Well, I'm just saying, right? If you're like imagine I'm addicted to heroin, and I'm like, some people choose to do heroin because they believe it's easier. And you're like, what do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. You're like, well, what if they're addicted to heroin?
Okay, well, no, I wouldn't say what do you mean. I'm like, yeah, people will take heroin because they believe it's the easiest way to go about things.
That's okay.
Oh,
Well,
is that wrong?
Is that not what like you just
like,
said?
is that wrong though? Like, that's exactly what you're saying. Like, why are we saying that's different from each other? Like, I don't.
You guys have the exact same point. I think.
No, we don't.
Yeah. we
Well,
do.
because he said, well, they would go back because they think it's easier, and you were like, yeah, they think it's easier. And
They would
he's
think
like,
it's
yeah.
easier, but not
and you're
because
like,
it
but
actually
no,
is
they would
easier.
think it's easier.
No, okay, like, well, it's easier for them.
No, it's not. It's actually worse for them because they're still on fucking heroin.
Yeah, but they perceive that it's easier
Okay.
for them.
Because of their perception, it's easier than getting themselves off of those hard drugs. It's easier to fall into your addictions and to fall into like just doing nothing about your life than it is to actively break yourself out of that cycle. So people choose the easy way out and just like, well, it's like people will tell themselves like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get off this stuff. I'm gonna do this. But then they just choose not to because that's hard. And a lot of people don't like doing hard things.
Except for hard drugs.
Except for hard drugs. I'm just saying, enough time on this island, and some people would probably choose to be like, man, I
Like,
kind
it's
of want to go
easier for me to be here than to readjust myself
to
back into society.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you make the choice to just stay here then?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Why not?
Well, well,
I'd get bored eventually.
if I were actually on the island, my answer might be different. But I'm in my home drinking water, and scrolling on TikTok. So, if I was randomly stuck on an island immediately, I'd be like, "Oh, I want to go home."
Like, I definitely maybe would be back at home and being like, man, sometimes I wish I was on the island.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to actually go back.
Yeah, like you miss it, but once you're there, you're like, God, I want to go home.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like I feel like I'd go like imagine like your job after coming back from this island. It's like your boss is screaming your ear off for some reason, and then like you're just like, oh, on the island. I remember the crashing waves. Yeah, I remember the sound of the crashing waves and the crackling fire. I didn't have to deal with this.
Yeah, but you also like had to worry about like if I accidentally get an infection, I'm dead.
Well, yeah, that's why.
Well, that's why you don't go back, but you
would
just
think
reminisce.
about being like, oh, I wouldn't have to deal with my boss, but I would have to worry about starvation and deadly infection and disease. So I'm not gonna go back. You
True.
romanticize it in your head.
Yeah, you probably would
Because you
romanticize
just want
it
to
in
get
your
out
head.
of the bad situation that you're currently in.
True.
And then when you're on the island, you're like, gosh, I wish I was home, even if I had to go to work every day and my boss yelled at me.
Yeah, because exactly. If you were on the island, you're like, oh, I took everything for granted, and I'll have my boss disrespect me a million times over, and like I'll do all this monotonous stuff I didn't like before, and I'll never complain about it again once I'm back. But then you'll get back probably and think like, oh, maybe the island wasn't that bad. I know that's not true, but oh, I don't want to deal with this. I think it's just like a lot of people have envy for what they just currently aren't having, right? Even if
Yeah.
it's like nothing that good.
The grass is always greener on the other side, as they say.
True.
Oh, dude, collection. Dude, oh my god, there's so much ore in there. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude.
It's infinite.
Not show America this location.
Bro.
No, they'd be fine. Oil, though. That might be a different story.
Let him sleep.
Look, I just had to fucking feed him 2 billion clams and sleep for a whole goddamn day for him to climb up one fucking volcano.
That is real, though.
Oh, you can't even... I'm too tired to sleep. Okay.
We'll go check this area out first.
I can't.
He's too tired.
If I interact with anything, he's like, nah, I want to go Betty bye.
Bro, wait, how are we gonna get up here again if we have to spend all our energy?
It doesn't take it that much.
Charge you each time? Okay.
The time still passes normally, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't like fuck up your rest that much. Probably because that would be you'd have to be Satan to make that happen.
Dude, his fucking little squeaky noises kill me. Fucking Alvin and Chipmunk ass. Sorry.
You know, like the zoomed in noises.
Okay.
I was not a real fan of.
You're not a. I know
You're not
more
a real
about Alvin and the Chipmunks than you.
Yeah, AJ just
He deleted the message.
deleted
What the
the
freak?
message. Dude, I'm telling you, you can cash out that wombo combo whenever you want now. You're
Not
set
after you've
up.
said it 5 times.
Well, no, especially now that I'm saying it 5 times, because now when you do it, I'm like, oh, he finally cashed it out. He finally cashed it out, right? And then you don't know if I'm lying, like, oh, well, now that I've said it 5 times, I'm trying to butter them up and to get, because here's the thing, I could be playing from that angle, like, oh, I've said it so many times, and AJ tried it, and I caught him, like, oh, I've already said it. Like, listen, there's layers to it. Like, you could do it in the
It's
work.
rock, paper, scissors, bro. It
Will
goes
work?
infinitely.
No, this is
It
not.
goes
This is
into
not rock paper scissors because
Yeah, it's like,
this version of rock paper scissors is like you can create a new thing of rock paper. You can create a new thing to throw other than rock paper or
The
scissors.
gun.
But but instead of it like actually being good, it's just another equivalent of rock paper and scissors.
yeah.
And so
we start playing rock paper scissors games within rock paper scissors games until nothing really matters anymore.
You know that version of rock, paper, scissors that's like, it has like gun, lizard, like, I don't even remember all of them. It's like rock, paper, scissors, gun, black hole. I remember kids at, I was in like a summer school daycare thing. And a bunch of kids would be like rock, paper, scissors. And then they'd choose like 6 other different options instead of rock, paper, or scissors. And then they'd be like, oh, lizard beats this beats lizard, this beats that thing, this beats rock. And I'm like, dude, that's not...
I'm gonna be real with you,
like,
dude.
interdimensional rock, paper, scissors.
I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I don't think this was like a world, like a nationwide game.
Is this not a shared experience?
Well, no. I've had
Yeah.
experiences of people making up new rock paper scissors items, but I don't think they were universally the same for
Really?
everybody.
No, it
Because
was
I don't think
obviously
kids
they
were-
just made up random shit, and then they're like, "This is gonna
Well.
be whatever you're doing right now."
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
No, I don't even know how you would
Okay,
do
so
that.
how young were you?
It was before 5th grade.
So you thought
I
4th
was,
graders
like,
were going
between-
online and finding specific rock paper
no,
scissors
listen,
games
I'm
to
not
good shit?
thinking that they went online. I'm thinking that 20-year-olds are going on Reddit and being like, does anyone remember when kids in school would do this?
Yeah, but like, how would how would there be a universal set of like new rock paper scissors items if kids weren't communicating them at mass?
I don't know. How does everyone know the
Yeah, how does everyone know how
I'm
to play
trying
tag?
to think of like one of those hand games. Like
How does everybody know how to play tag?
bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? How did everyone know
I've
that?
gone many places where people don't know what.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Have you gone places where many people do? Because I have.
Okay, yeah, because we lived in an area where like that spread through word of mouth.
I've seen so many people on TikTok do that game, dude. Rock,
but
paper,
also-
scissors, gun.
Here's the thing. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, bubblegum, like tag. Those are like all traditional games that all pay like that naturally spread across the world like fucking 100 years ago, and then just were perpetually taught to like a bunch of people, right? I don't know if black hole gun lizard was taught across the entire U.S. at like.
Okay, what about just rock, paper, scissors, gun? You've had to have had
yes,
an experience.
that-
Yeah, exactly.
No. But that isn't a
Exactly.
game. That's a joke.
Dude, when I was in school, kids would do that for real and be like, rock, paper, scissors, gun. I won.
Okay, yeah, but like, no, but
And they
every
were
single time
serious because they wanted to win. They were.
What?
they were-
Okay, well then
Yeah.
Definitely don't wanna win.
Okay, yeah, okay, weird. But every single time I've ever had it happen to me, I've had it happen to me dozens of times. It's always done as like a joke, like gun. I got you. Like, because like
Maybe
of
I'm
course
too
gun is.
autistic. Maybe I
Okay.
took it too seriously.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, you remember Tawny? Do you remember her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Connie did it to me once.
I went to the same, like, summer school camp, whatever you want to call it. I went to the same summer program as her, and she was the person who did that to me. She'd be like, rock, paper, scissors. Okay, here are the rules. Rock, paper, scissors, gun, lizard, all these other things, like black hole, and I'm like, that's not rock, paper, scissors. She's like, yeah, it is. Now it is. These are the rock, paper, scissors, gun, lizard rules.
Okay, you took this. Okay? We're talking about Tawny, dude. You took
Well,
this
yeah.
off for face value from Tawny.
Dude, I was like 7. Of course I did.
Dude,
She used to like
You're a
bully
victim.
me. You wouldn't take something seriously from a bully, bro?
No.
When you're 7?
no, I wouldn't.
Okay, well, maybe we have different kinds of autism.
Yeah, my autism would tell me to tell her that she's stupid. She doesn't stop talking to me.
Mine would tell me, "Oh, she's bullying me. I need to listen to what she's saying. 'Cause I'm gonna like get hurt if I
When
don't."
people, okay, well, I guess it's also a difference of like,
You were also you looked up to Sonic the Hedgehog. I looked up to My Little Pony. Okay,
We're not
we
the
have
same.
different upbringings.
yeah, I was playing fucking. I did start realizing how
You were
different
playing.
our-
You were playing with Beyblades. I was playing with Littlest Pet Shop.
Yeah. I started realizing the fact that like, because I started realizing, oh my god, AJ doesn't even know what Devil May Cry is. That's crazy. Like,
Bro,
yeah. all my role models when I was a kid that were fictional were like, oh yeah, baby, and like would pull out 2 fucking dual pistols and blow people up with them, and I was like,
my fictional role models were, hey, let's be friends. I'm a little girl who rides ponies and and likes making cupcakes.
bro, the difference between
Awesome.
growing up with Twilight Sparkle or growing up with Goku the Super Saiyan.
Dude, well, it was even stranger because I also grew up with Bleach, so I don't know what happened.
Bro, Ichigo beats people's asses all the. Well, he also cries a lot and gets depressed
That's
a lot.
true.
Like every single time something goes slightly wrong, that song starts playing where it's like, and yeah, like well, no, that's the. I think that's the battle
The
one. Like that.
precipice of defeat.
That did not play enough in the show.
True. Okay, to be fair, I don't know if I had any fictional role models.
No.
I don't think I took any of them to heart.
Damn. Not even Ben
TBH.
10. I don't know if that's
I just
ideal.
wanted the Ben 10 watch, and that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can call
man.
him a role model.
Well, okay, back in the day, I wouldn't have called them role models, right? You know, because I was a kid, right? I just liked those characters and stuff, but like, definitely, I feel like it skewed my attitude in a certain direction.
I found it. It is a universal thing. It was rock, paper, scissors, gun, lizard, Spock. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, I know.
I
What you're talking about.
remember.
This is the band version, the band kid version of rock paper scissors.
Exactly. That's what the kids back in the summer school taught me. They were like, you got to do this.
To be fair, you were
These
adding
are
in
the
like
rules.
so many different things. Though. You added in like 5 different options.
Okay, it was when I was 7. I don't
True.
remember a lot of things from when I was 7.
Black Hole was wild.
Black
I don't
hole
know
would be
why.
crazy.
I think I related Black Hole to Spock.
I
Probably.
mean, that makes sense. They're
That's,
both from space.
yeah.
Oh. Look at this.
Yeah.
Fucking sleeping next to each other.
Oh
We're
my
both sleep
god.
talking.
You're staring at Key in your sleep, bro.
Yeah, my
That's
eyes are
crazy.
permanently glued open.
From the horrors.
Imagine
the
sleeping next to
horrors.
someone and they just never close their eyes.
Dude, I remember being at a sleepover with someone who slept with their eyes open. It was really scary. But to be fair, I also have once been the person with open eyes.
You
And
can
once you
sleep like
find
that?
out, well, I didn't know I could. I was I was at like a camp in high school, and I had to sleep with like a bunch of these people from a different school, and in the morning one of them was like, AJ, did you like, why were you staring at me last night? I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you were staring at me, and I was like, hey AJ, like, what's up? And you were just like, and I was like, dude, I was gone at that point.
You get possessed by a fucking
Remember
duende.
that. I guess she said she asked me, like, can I turn off the light? And I was just like, I just kept staring. I didn't say anything. So she turned it off. And then she saw me still staring at her after the light was off. And she was like, oh, do you want the light back on? And I was just again, just like, And I was like, dude, that wasn't me, bro. That wasn't
Yeah, imagine if she was like looking not even anywhere near where you were actually sleeping.
Oh god, that would be well. I don't think that. Maybe there was something behind me. There were eyes behind me. It wasn't me.
Yeah, like, dude.
He's a skinwalker.
Yeah, imagine imagine you're like sitting there like one day and you remember more about that memory and you're like, wait a minute, she said I was sleeping at this part of the room staring at her. I was sleeping on the other side of the room. Who was she looking at?
it was all like classic camp bunk beds, and we were sleeping right next, like the 2 beds were right next to each other.
I see.
Fucking
That would
crazy.
be crazy.
Do you guys have any paranormal experiences like that?
When I was younger, I had a bunk bed with my younger brother, and he slept in the bottom bunk. I slept in the top. And usually my mom would come into the room to check on us to see if we were all right at night because we were like both super young. And so she had this giant light, like, you know those giant ones where like you hold them from the top, they have like a handle.
Yeah.
For some reason, she'd use that to come and check on us because it's the only flashlight we had. So it usually would wake me up a little bit, and I'd always,
lights.
yeah. So I'd wake me up a little bit, and I'd always like look at my mom have it, and like she'd shine it into the room, because we had this baby gate. It was like, because my brother was that young.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, right? The baby gate made this whole giant like noise when you like opened it up because it was metal, right? So if
Yeah.
someone was trying to enter the room. Well, one night the light was there, right? And I was like, oh, okay, it's my mom. And then like, usually she like peeks it a little bit in, right? But then like it goes a little more in, and I'm like, okay, she's just checking a little more than usual. Then it goes like the like even further in. I'm like, oh, she like stretched her like hand out because maybe she thinks like maybe she sees that I'm up. So I like lift like my like I head up a little bit, and then like it enters the room, and I was like, and like I was literally just like, what? Like I just didn't know what to like think or do. And then like it was so deep in the room that like no he would be, like I was like that can't be mom, the gate didn't open, like, and I don't see, but it was so dark that I couldn't really like see anything but the light shining on me. And I was like, and then it just quickly left. And I remember just remembering that and being like, wow, I'm gonna assume that didn't actually happen and I dreamt that.
That is scary.
It was probably all a dream.
Yeah.
Okay,
One
here's
time we were
something
playing-
though. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry,
Now you
I was
can go
just.
ahead.
Oh. I was
What
just
if
gonna
you,
say
like-
my experiences were all because I was half asleep, so I was hallucinating stuff. Because this has happened to me in my adulthood as well.
Oh my god.
You guys can go ahead.
I've definitely had times like that where like I sleep, I have a dream, I wake up and I have to do something quickly, and then I'm like, wait, did that really happen? Or like I'll remember something, like I'll remember talking to someone I haven't talked to in like a really long time, and I like had a dream about like it's like something crazy that happened with them, and I was like, there's no way that this is like real, right? Like this had to be a dream, but I haven't talked to them in so long, like I can't verify.
Yeah.
But it
Dude,
usually,
that-
it usually is.
I think the only other time I had something happen was like I was playing Sonic Heroes multiplayer with my brother.
How does it
Yeah.
always come back to this?
That was the nightmare.
That was.
Yeah, that was the paranormal activity. Yeah, we're playing multiplayer Sonic Heroes on the PS2 in my brother's room. In my brother's room, my little brother had like an entire like dollhouse set made of wood, right, that he'd play with. And basically he had like knocked it over. And so my mom told him to put it back up, in which he did, and he like put all the people super neatly like with each other and put the house back up. He left to go like talk to my mom because like, my mom's like, we come in here, like dinner's ready. And then the thing like just flew off like the flipping like it just fell again. I remember looking at it and being like, oh, everything's on the ground. And my brother was like, did you see that? I'm like, see, like, yeah, no, I saw it. Like, it fell onto the ground. He's like, no, it didn't fall. And I'm like, what? And he's like, there was like a shadow of Gabriel, and he pushed it again. But like, and I was like, there wasn't a shadow of Gabriel. And he's like, did you see it when it fell? And I'm like, no. He's like, I saw it, dude. And I was like, no,
Dave was
dude.
telling you this?
Yeah, Dave was telling me this, and I was like, no, there probably was nothing. And he was like, then how did it fall? And I was like, I don't know, maybe it was like tilted off, and he was like, yeah, like, and he was like, but we personally helped him put it there, right? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe we made a mistake. And he's like, no, dude, I know what I saw, right? And then and it was really weird because later that day, I had asked him, why he was saying that, and he's like, I don't know, like, it's weird. I feel like weird things have been happening to me recently. Like, there's this light thing, like, one time when I was, like, in my room, and then I was like, oh, there was a light thing for me, too, one time, and he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, it was weird. Like, I thought it was mom, but like, it's got really far into. So like it couldn't have been mom, like unless her arm like was just like 2-3 times longer than it was supposed to be. And then he was like, I remember like hearing my mom and him talking in the middle of the night that night. And like I remember sneaking down the stairs to listen to what he was saying, and my mom's like, why aren't you going to sleep, Day? And he's like, no, Key saw it too. Key saw the light too. I can't go to sleep. Like my mom's like, there's no light. That's probably just me. And it's like, no, the light flew up towards my bed and I saw it with my eyes. You weren't there. If Key saw it too, you were completely like, unless you could just like basically bro was tweaking out.
Oh my
like,
god.
like
I mean, how
it
can he
was
not?
crazy.
He just perceived man-made horrors beyond his comprehension. To be
Like,
fair, though,
yeah.
like you can't really like, if someone had the same crazy fucking hallucination as you, and like
Yeah.
completely validates all
Yeah.
your schizo thoughts, you kind of have to just be fucking crazy for a day.
True. I don't know. I remember just being like, damn, even that really did happen. Or-
What do you think?
Dude.
Go ahead.
I'm lucky I don't have siblings, because if I did, with how my family is, I'm so sure that like it would be a situation where in reality I'm the only one who saw something because I was half asleep when it happened. My
Mhm.
siblings would be like, no, like I saw it too, it was
Oh
crazy.
no.
They're gonna come get you. They're gonna get, because my aunt used to do that to me when we were kids.
It's like, what? You saw the man with the hat? I saw him too.
Don't look at his eyes. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, it's like I saw him too, but weirdly enough, I've only ever seen him when you're sleeping, and he's like,
Yeah.
you or something. Like that's crazy. Like I think he like maybe wants you or something. Like
Dude,
he's gonna take you.
my aunt used to do that to me. I'm so sure if I had
no.
siblings, they would be like that.
Dude,
That's how
that's
everyone in my
crazy.
family is.
Bro, if I was on,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I was on the wave that I'm on now, I would have been doing that so much.
True.
You would. I would say, do you think people can have shared hallucinations? Because so many people are like, they take like some type of drug, and they all have like a similar type of hallucination, like the Hat Man.
I think so.
So yeah,
I think
I've
there's
had like hallucinations of spiders whenever I take like melatonin or any like sleep-inducing drug. And
True.
I hear that spiders are a very common thing to hallucinate with that kind of thing.
yeah.
True.
I think it's like probably two things. I think a part of it is that like, you know, people like well, a lot of people, like I'll use the spider thing for example. A lot of people have like a for spiders, right?
Yeah, maybe the
Um,
Hat Man isn't as maybe the Hat Man's a
common,
little more
yeah.
specific than spiders.
Well, the spider is just
yeah.
like the feeling like, oh, there's something like crawling on you, right? And it's not like
No.
seeing
Yeah.
it, right?
No. You can see
It's seeing it, yeah. Like for me it was, I remember like I was trying to sleep and I couldn't, and I just opened my eyes and like turned around, and it was like there were a ton of little spiders just crawling up from my pillow onto
Yeah.
the wall. And then
It's
the same,
crazy.
same thing with on the ceiling at some point too. Like you
Yeah.
see them.
Usually when you have like when you're having like hallucinations of like any sort from any source, a lot of the time the thing you're gonna be like imagining is either just gonna be something random, of course, from your head, but like it's usually leans more towards things you're adverse to.
Yeah.
So that's why like you like hear about bad trips a lot, like, you know, because like, and that's why your trips have to be very like catered and stuff, because like when you hallucinate, it always leans towards like more negative thoughts and things that you just generally don't like. So that's why a lot of people, when they hallucinate off of like some sort of like drug they're taking, you know, for any other reason, like even if it's like a prescription drug,
Yeah,
it'll
Benadryl,
usually be something they don't like, right?
like the Hat Man.
Yeah. And so I think, yeah, well, because like here's the thing: if you're like taking shrooms or some form of fucking like acid, right? You're probably heard of the Hat Man, right? You know, and
True.
you
So
probably
then you're gonna
joke
end
or
up like
yeah, you joke about
like
it with your
you
friends on the
subconsciously thinking about the Hat Man.
yeah, and that's why it'll probably bring it to fruition.
Yeah.
And then another thing, so that's a thing. Like you can imagine, like everyone in the room doing that drug has the Hat Man subconsciously in their head, right? And on top of that, they're both like you know like a big thing with like drugs is like your surroundings and like keeping them like calm and stuff and like you know not hectic. So like your surrounding area has a lot to do with like how and what you hallucinate. And so like basically you have a bunch of people in the room experiencing the same moment, in the same conditions. And like they probably talked about something each other have been spending the day together. So it's like but like it makes sense they would hallucinate sometimes the same thing.
I don't know if
Especially if
it,
someone says something. Like maybe it's not the same exact thing, but like imagine if someone said something and it fucking influenced other people's hallucinations.
that's true, but I don't know if it's true that like if you hallucinate at all, you're always going to like your predisposition to go towards bad things. I think it's equal, but obviously bad things will lead to more bad things because you're feeling bad.
That's true.
I said there's like it's a slight lean. I'm not saying like
Okay.
you're destined. You're
You
destined to
literally
the
said
horrors.
it's gonna lead. If you take it, you're always going to lead towards bad things, and now you're like, I only said slightly.
No. Well, okay, yeah, I said you're always gonna lean towards bad things. That doesn't imply like you're always going to go towards bad things.
That's
It's always
exactly
a
what you
lean.
just
Like,
said.
okay, no, okay, you will
Just because you
lean towards
always
it's.
lean into bad things doesn't mean you always lean into bad things.
Okay, no, okay. What I'm saying is that the lean is more towards bad things, but it's not guaranteed. It's like
Okay.
yeah, like that. That's all I'm saying, right? It's more common. There's a higher chance of it, but it's not an overwhelming amount to where like if you're just gonna peep the horror every single time, right?
That's true. I remember one of the things I hallucinated as a kid was used to be like a bunch of pictures on my wall of like my great grandpa who was in the military. And it was like him and his squad and stuff. There were
Yeah.
a lot of pictures, and they were all like right next to my bed. So I remember one time waking up in the middle of the night and I looked at the pictures and like all the men in the pictures just started marching for some reason. Like they were just like they were all sitting. What's happening?
Dude, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Like, are you lost?
He
Bro,
needs
I
a
think
Can
guide
we look
to
up
walk
the
through.
Sims Castaway guide?
I think next time we're gonna have to look up a walkthrough, bro. I don't know what to do.
God, here. Let me just let me
People.
real quick keep out a playthrough, like a complete playthrough, and see where we are. Sims Castaway full gameplay.
Dude, what if they do the other ending?
Okay, well let's see what they do. Okay, so they're here. Okay, so they're over here.
Good calls. So they're over here. They're doing this.
Well, okay, well yeah, sorry. I'm trying to see where they go from here. Okay, they seem to be doing what you're doing, just like making shit as they go themselves through the gates. Yeah, and then they keep failing, and then they start eating shit, and they keep failing again. What the fuck?
We're gonna have to look something up
You
afterwards.
need to get some rest. You need to get some rest. Okay, bros keeps trying to look for some rest.
You have to go to the walkthrough website.
We may have to, but I think that's it.
Wait, there's an island map? What?
There's a map.
A treasure map?
Yeah, this person has a map, and they're checking the map to see where they should be going.
Yeah, I'm a map.
You're a what?
You've never heard people...
Clarify?
You've never heard people say that?
I have. I don't know if it's similar context, maybe.
It's not.
No?
I don't think so.